Hello, welcome to Arbind Singh Academy. We are discussing polynomials, and this is lecture number 5. I hope you have already watched part 1 to part 4 before watching this part 5. In this lecture, I am going to discuss about division algorithm. And what is division algorithm? That try to understand, and thereafter we will discuss some questions. So, division of two polynomial. Suppose if Px and Gx are two polynomials such that degree of Px is greater than degree of Gx, then Px can be divided by Gx. Px can be divided by Gx, isn't it? So Px is called, in this case, Px is called dividend. Px is called dividend and Gx is called divisor. Those who can divide, called divisor, right? Now, if you divide Px by some Gx, Px divided by some Gx, then there must be some quotient. This is called divisor. So, what is the function will come here? That is called quotient function. And what is left here, that is called remainder function. So in this case, we will consider as Px and Gx, and a remainder is there also. So this one is called quotient. Qx is called quotient, and this one is called a remainder function. Degree of remainder, Rx, degree of Rx is always less than degree of Gx. Obviously, otherwise division will proceed further. If degree of Rx is either 0, if degree of Rx is nothing but Rx and Gx is same thing, that is 0, Rx is 0, then in that case division is complete and there is no remainder is 0. But if degree of Rx is greater than degree of Gx, in that case you need to divide it further. So when degree of Rx is less than degree of Gx, then we will left it, and this is considered as remainder. And as we had discussed, this one is called divisor, isn't it? This one is called divisor, and this one is called dividend, isn't it? So this one is called dividend. So dividend. Now the basic theorem is that this divisor multiplied by quotient plus remainder is dividend. So dividend is equal to divisor multiplied by quotient plus remainder function. You have heard it from since childhood. So you can say it, divisor is Gx, quotient is Qx, and remainder is Rx. This is the remainder function, quotient function, divisor function, and that is Px. So this is what we can learn. This is called division algorithm. This expression is called division algorithm, isn't it? So this one is called division algorithm. Right? So this one is called division algorithm. This is called division algorithm. right? This expression is called division algorithm. Prove this now. To prove this relationship, we can take one example. Say I am taking one of the cubic equation here, and this cubic equation is like x cube plus 3x square minus 2x plus 5, and this is say px, and gx is like x plus 1, say, and we want to divide it. So clearly here degree of px is 3, degree of gx is 1, so we can divide it, and you can divide it like this: x cube plus 3x square minus 2x plus 5 whole divided by x plus 1. So we need to multiply by x square so that it will come x cube plus x square. Now sign will change, so these two are cancels out, and 3x square minus x square is 2x square minus 2x plus 5. So again, if you multiply by plus 2x, that will come 2x square plus 2x, and in this case what will come if I change the sign, because I need to subtract, so minus minus, these two are cancels and these two are minus 2x, and minus 2x will be minus 4x, sorry, that will be minus 4x plus 5. So if I multiply by minus 4, it will be minus 4x minus 4, and that will be plus minus plus, so that to cancel, and 5 plus 4 is 9. So here remainder is 9, isn't it? So clearly here px is, qx is, quotient function is nothing else but x square plus 2x minus 4, and rx is nothing else but 9 only, right now. So clearly gx is x plus 1, and px is what? X cube plus 3x square minus 2x plus 5. So let us check it whether qx into gx. Now, so just to provide qx into gx multiplied by qx plus rx is what? So gx is x square plus 2x minus 4 multiplied by gx is x plus 1 plus 9, and if you proceed further, it will be x cube plus 2x square minus 4x plus x square plus 2x multiplied by 1 minus 4 plus 9, and what is that? X cube is only one term, 2x square plus x square become 3x square, and minus 4x plus 2x is minus 2x, and minus 4 plus 9 is 5, and this is what px. So that is proved, isn't it? Verified. So clearly we can go ahead with this method to find the roots or zeros of other zeros of polynomial, because we will learn factor theorem and thereafter we will solve some question. Now, as I said, we will learn factor theorem. So factor theorem is what? Theorem is nothing else but if fx be any polynomial, if px be any polynomial such that x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 1, p1 become 0, then x minus 1 is a factor of polynomial. This is called factor theorem, polynomial. So for any alpha, say alpha 1, the x minus 1 is a factor. Similarly, if x is equal to alpha is such that p alpha is equal to 0, then x minus alpha is a factor of polynomial px is equal to 0. is a factor of polynomial px. Right now, x minus alpha is a factor of x. So x is equal to alpha, bring them polynomial 0. It means if x is equal to 0, or in literal sense we can say if x is equal to alpha is one of the 0 of polynomial px is equal to 0, then x minus alpha is a factor of polynomial px is equal to 0, right? So this is what factor of polynomial px is equal to 0. This is called factor theorem, and we will use this in solving some questions. So now let us solve some questions, then definitely we will be able to understand all those things. So starting from exercise where we can solve some questions. So exercise 2.3 in that age. And this one, the first question says about the division algorithm. So divide px by qx. Divide polynomial px by gx in each of the following cases. And find a remainder and quotient in each case. Right? So this is the question, first question. We can go ahead, and this one is very first question. That is what? First question is x cube minus 3x square plus 5x minus 3 is px, and gx is x square minus 2. So we can divide it by using the division algorithm. 3x square plus 5x minus 3, and we can divide by x square minus 2. Simple division, and we can write x square by what? If you multiply, so that it will come x cube. So clearly it is x. If you multiply by x, x square into x will be x cube, and minus 2 multiplied by x will be minus 2x. So 2x is a linear function, so we should write here below x minus 2x, so that it can easily. This will be minus, this will be plus. So this 2 are cancels out. What is left here? Minus 3x square, 5x plus 2x is 7x minus 3. You want minus 3x square and x square is there, so we can multiply by 3 also, right? So that will come minus 3x square, and minus 3 multiplied by minus 2 is plus 6. So if I write here again minus, sign will change. These 2 are cancels out. 7x minus 6 and minus 3 is minus 9. Since degree of divisor is 2 and this is a degree 1, so it can be considered as remainder. So in this case, a divisor quotient function is nothing else but x minus 3, and remainder function is 7x minus 9. I hope you got it, right? Remainder function is 7x minus 9. Now the second question is given like px is equal to x4 minus 3x square plus 4x plus 5, and gx is x square plus 1 minus x. That can be rewritten as x square minus x plus 1. Now degree of px is 4 and degree of gx is 2, so we can divide it. There is no problem. So we can write x4 minus 3x square plus 4x plus 5 whole divided by, you can write it like that also. There is no problem. You can write it 2 vertical bars as well. One is like this. and another is like this. So we can use it. There we go. You can write like this also. So what is that? Here x square, the divisor is x square minus x plus 1. So what is the first factor by which we can multiply? X square obviously. So that will be x4, x square multiplied with minus x is minus x cube, and x square multiplied with plus 1 is x square. So that can be further minus plus minus. So this will be cancelled. And x cube, there is no term containing x cube, so we can write x cube is positive, and minus 3x square minus x square is minus 4x square plus 4x plus 5. That can be written like that. Now if you multiply, divide again by what is the terms, so that it bring x cube, x square multiplied by x only. So that will come up like x cube minus x multiplied by plus x is minus x square, plus 1 multiplied by x is minus x. So again we can write minus plus minus. These two cancels. Minus 4x square plus x square is minus 3x square, plus 4x minus x is plus 3x plus 5. So we can go ahead with 3. That will be minus 3x square minus 3x plus, it should be minus 3. Product should be minus 3. So that it will come minus 3x square. So minus 3x square and minus minus plus 3x minus 3. So in that case this will be plus, this will be minus, opposite signs are cancels, and that will be plus. So 5 plus 3 is 8. So here what is the divisor? Quotient. So here quotient function is x square plus x minus 3, and remainder function is 8 only. This is the quotient and the remainder. So correspondingly we can go ahead with other one also. I hope you got it. Okay, so no problem. Now the third question is, let us consider the third one. Third question of this is dx is equal to x4 minus 5x. dx is x4 minus 5x plus 6, and gx is nothing else but 2 minus x square. 2 minus x square, that can be written as x square minus 2 as well. That can be written as minus x square plus 2 as well. So now we have to divide this. So let us find this division. Now to divide them, x4 minus 5x plus 6, we have to divide by minus x square plus 2. So we can multiply by minus x square, so that it will be plus x4. So that will be x4 minus 2x square minus plus. So that will be cancels out. There is no term of x square, so it will be 2x square minus 5x plus 6. Now because we have to get 2x square, so we should multiply by minus 2. So that minus minus plus. So it will be 2x square minus 2 multiplied by plus 2 is minus 4. Now this will be minus, this will be plus, cancels. So it will be minus 5x plus 10. This is what the remainder. So here the quotient function is nothing else but minus x square minus 2. If I put negative sign common, this will be plus, and remainder function is minus 5x plus 10, and that will be answer. So hopefully you got it right now, how to divide them. Now you should know one corollary, and what is that corollary is? Corollary is that is one assumption that when px is divided by gx and remainder function rx is equal to 0, then gx is called factor of px. Factor of px. Gx is called factor of px. This is what for that. If px divided by gx and remainder becomes 0, that is divided completely. That is, if gx is a factor of px, if it divides, if gx divides px completely, completely means there is no remainder. So this is what very important. So you must remember them, isn't it? And on the basis of this, there is some other questions we are going to discuss. So let us discuss some other questions and we will find this whether they are factor or not. So in the above questions, we have seen that in each of the cases there is some remainder. So there is px is not a factor of gx. Gx is not a factor of px. But now there are some questions whether we have to check it whether they are factor or not. Question is, check whether the first polynomial is a factor of second polynomial. By dividing second polynomial by first polynomial. This is what the question is there, right? So we are going to discuss the first question of this category. The question is, first polynomial is tq minus 3 and second polynomial is t4 minus t4. First polynomial is t square minus 3, that is t square minus 3, and second polynomial is t4 plus 3tq minus 2t square minus 9t minus 12. So again we have to go with the same procedure and we can divide them. T square minus 3 and this is t4 plus 3tq minus 2t square minus 9t minus 12. Now quotient can be written this side. So first of all, undoubtedly you can say that the factor is 2t square, so that t square multiplied with this t square will be t4. So write this. Minus 3 multiplied by t square is minus 3t square. That is minus, this will be plus, and these two are cancels out. Now it will be 3tq and plus 3t square minus 2t square is plus t square, isn't it? And now minus 9t minus 12. So 3tq, to bring t square in 3tq, the factors will be 3t. So that it will be 3tq and 3t multiplied by minus 3 is minus 9t, isn't it? So we can write them. Now the sign will change. This is minus, that will be plus. So these two cancels and these two also cancels. Now t square minus 12. So t square minus 12 is left, isn't it? So 1 we can multiply by 1. Sorry, in this question it is 2t4. Let me correct the question. This is 2t4. In question this is 2t4. So here what will be that? We need to multiply by 2t square. 2t square, so 2t4 it will be, and minus 3 multiplied by 2 is minus 6t square. So that will be minus 6t square, isn't it? So minus 6t square, and so it will be plus, and that 2 cancels. So this will be 4t square, isn't it? So 4t square minus 12. And now if you multiply by 4, because t square multiply by, if you multiply by 4, then 4t square and 4 3 are minus 12. So this will be 4t square minus 12. And sign will change. So these two are also cancelled. So what is remainder? 0. So indeed, we can say that since remainder is 0, and therefore what can you say? The remainder is 0. In that since remainder is 0, and therefore we can say dq is, since remainder function rx is 0, and therefore t square minus 3 is a factor of t square minus 3 is a factor of, therefore we can say that t square minus 3 is a factor of 2t4 plus 3tq minus 2t square minus 9t minus 12. So in case when remainder is 0, then it will be factor. Otherwise, if remainder is not 0, then we can say there is no factor. Now let us move for second question. So the second question is this, x square plus 3x plus 1, this is the first factor, and second factor is 3x4 plus 5x cube minus 7x square plus 2x plus 2, and that we need to divide by x square plus 3x plus 1. So what will happen? 3x square is the first factor, so that it will be 3x4 plus 3 3 are 9x cube and plus 3x square. Now the sign will change, minus minus minus, so these two will cancel out. Minus 9x cube plus 5x cube is minus 4x cube, and minus 7x square minus 3x square will become minus 10x square plus 2x plus 2. Okay, so I need to multiply by minus 4x, so that minus 4x cube minus 4x multiply by plus 3x is minus 12x square, and minus 4x plus 1 multiply by plus 1, that is minus 4x. So that will come up like this is plus, this is plus, this is also plus. So these two are cancels, and 12x square minus 10x square is 2x square, plus 4x plus 2x is plus 6x plus 2, and now we can multiply by 2, so plus 2. So if you multiply by plus 2, then what will come? That will be 2x square, and 3 2 is 6x, and 1 multiply by 2 is 2. In that case, sign will change, and that will be vanishage, and 0 will come. So here clearly, therefore x square is a, since remainder is 0, so x square plus 3x plus 1 is a factor of what? 3x square minus 4x plus 2, since remainder is 0, since the remainder is 0, and therefore we can say like this. So that is an easier one, and you can do it easily, there is no problem, I think so. And now one more question of this subsection is, the first factor is x cube minus 3x plus 1, and second factor is x to the power 5 minus 4x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 1, and that we need to divide by x cube minus 3x plus 1. So the first factor will be definitely x square, so that it will be x5, so it will be x5 minus 3x cube plus x square. Now if I took negative sign, that will be plus, it will be minus, so these two are cancels. Minus 4x cube plus 3x cube is minus x cube, plus x square minus x square cancel, plus 3x plus 1. Now I should multiply by minus 1, and so what will be that? Minus x cube minus minus plus 3x and plus minus minus 1. Now if I change the sign, this will be positive, this will be negative, this will be positive. So these two are cancels out, and 1 plus 1 become 2, which is not equal to 0. So since here remainder function is 2, which is not equal to 0, and therefore x cube minus 3x plus 1 is not factor of what? x5 minus 4x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 1, right? Is not a factor of this. I hope so. You got it, right? There is no problem, isn't it? So like this, you can solve these questions. So in this class, now let us take a break, and after break we will discuss some more questions. So till then, enjoy. God bless.